Liverpool boss Arne Slot hints at replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Liverpool face Newcastle United in the Carabao Cup on Sunday with England international. Trent Alexander-Arnold missing through injury, and his most likely replacements, Connor Bradley and Joe Gomez, also absent. Liverpool head coach Arne Slot has no doubts about Jarell Quansah's ability to cover for Trent Alexander-Arnold in the Carabao Cup final. Alexander-Arnold is facing an extended spell on the sidelines with the ankle injury sustained in their Champions League exit against Paris Saint-Germain on Tuesday. It's hoped he will play again before the season ends. It leaves Slot without a recognized right-back this weekend at Wembley as both Connor Bradley and Joe Gomez are still recovering from their own issues. Slot has hinted that Quansah, who replaced Alexander-Arnold against PSG, will most likely fill in, having spent much of the campaign on the outside looking in after losing his place as starting centre-back at halftime of the season opener against Ipswich. The Dutchman, then on Premier League debut, wasn't happy at his defender losing too many duels. But Slot has been pleased by how Quansah took that issue and bounced back, earning him a place in Thomas Tuchel's first England squad, something which has only further encouraged the Kop boss. If being substituted at halftime is a setback, then almost every player has more than a few setbacks during his career, he said. It was more that people were a bit like, ooh, about what I said after the game, and that they were not used to a manager being so clear about what I saw and what I did. In the end, that probably went to a situation where he got criticized more than was normal for a player who was taken off at halftime. Mentality-wise, it might have been a big moment for him, because now he has experience that people were not only positive about him like last season. He also knows now he can fight his way back if people are all of a sudden not positive anymore. He did really well the last few times he had to play for us, even in a position he is not completely used to at right fullback, but he has the qualities to play in that position. He is strong, fast, very comfortable with the ball, and it gives us an extra quality in terms of set pieces, because he was the one who was this far, measuring inches with his fingers, of us qualifying for the next round by heading the ball against the post in the second leg against PSG. While Slot has no qualms about going with Quansah on Sunday, Curtis Jones has been mentioned in some quarters as an alternative. The blow of losing Alexander-Arnold and his ability on the ball cannot be underestimated. Trent is not available. He will not be there at the final, said Slot. He is still to be assessed for how long it will take, but we do expect him back before the end of the season. Alexander Isak comments on Newcastle injury fear ahead of Carabao Cup final. Alexander Isak has revealed he is feeling good, ahead of Newcastle United's Carabao Cup final outing against Liverpool. The Sweden international has enjoyed an incredible season to become a talismanic figure for the Magpies, but endured some slight injury issues of late. A groin injury kept Isak out of action in Newcastle's match against Liverpool in the Premier League, before he then left the field early against Brighton earlier this month due to fatigue. Isak featured against West Ham earlier this week and is now prepared to try and find glory with Eddie Howe and co. The striker, 25, has found the net twice so far in the competition and 22 times in all this season. The former Real Sociedad star admitted he wants to make history while at Newcastle. Earning a first domestic trophy in almost 70 years would go some way to doing that. I feel good, he said. I am really excited for the game. The best way to prepare is to train as normal. It will come down to what we do as a team, and that is all we can focus on. I am excited but focused on the job. I just want to be the best version of myself. I have high ambitions. I am trying to create my own history at Newcastle. Happy with what I have done so far, but always looking forward. Isak's form has ensured that he has been closely linked to a move away from the club. Arsenal and Liverpool have been touted as potential destinations for the sharpshooter, who still has a contract until 2028. Despite more than 3 years remaining on his deal, there has been much speculation over Isak having not agreed an extension at St. James's Park. It is not something the player is worried about just yet, as he confirmed no talks have taken place, but he did admit he signed for the Toon Army to find success. Yeah, as I have said, I am not really thinking about the summer yet, he said. That will be a talking point when the season is finished. No talks have been held yet. I mean, that is why I came here, he added. I have said many times that I don't. Luis de la Fuente is ready to unleash Barcelona star Pedri on the Netherlands in the coming weeks. La Roja kick off 2025 with a UEFA Nations League quarter-final double-header against Ronald Koeman's side in Rotterdam and Valencia. De La Fuente has named 7 Barcelona players in his squad to face the Dutch, including Pedri's informed teammate Lamine Yamal. Pedri's UEFA Euro 2024 campaign was cut short by injury as he looked set for another layoff, but the 22-year-old has since battled back to full fitness following months of fitness issues. The Canarian has been central to Hansi Flick's triple trophy charge this season as he returns to being one of Europe's leading all-round midfielders. De La Fuente is ready to build his midfield unit around Pedri in 2025, particularly in the absence of injured Manchester City star Rodri, and he believes this is the best we have seen of him for Spain and Barcelona. Pedri is one of the best players in the world. He's at a stage of maturity and performance level that he's never had before. I still think we haven't seen the best version of Pedri yet, as per reports from Marca. We are going to enjoy him. He gives us lots of versatility in many situations. We like him to be closer to the box, even though at Barca he plays a little deeper. He gives us a lot of options in the midfield. He's the best in the world in that position. We have to value what we have in Spain with Pedri and other players. Pedri will be looking to add to his tally of international goals this month, with both of his Spain goals so far coming in 2024 in a 5-1 friendly win over Northern Ireland, with 5 club goals scored for Barcelona in 2024-25. Diego Simeone needs to rally his Atletico Madrid team for their crunch weekend clash with Barcelona. Los Rojiblancos saw their UEFA Champions League dream ended in controversial style in midweek via a penalty shootout loss to Real Madrid. Despite the ongoing fallout over Julian Alvarez's double-touch penalty, Simeone has little choice but to drag his squad forward to keep alive their domestic challenge. Real Madrid head to Villarreal on Saturday, with Simeone hosting leaders Barcelona the following day, and the title gap could be 4 points before kickoff in Madrid. Barcelona and Real Madrid are currently tied on 57 points at the summit, with Atletico Madrid 1 point behind in third spot. However, a negative result against Hansi Flick's team could see Simeone's charges unravel on the back of a draining battle against Carlo Ancelotti. Simeone has tweaked the training plan ahead of facing Barcelona to maximize rest, and his players will only have 1 full training session in between games. Club captain Koke is battling to be fit in time to start, and he may be needed amid concern over Rodrigo de Paul. The Argentina international has been carrying a thigh problem in recent weeks, and he has not completed 90 minutes in the last 3 games. He was withdrawn just before extra time against Real Madrid, as the issue became too much for him to carry on. As per reports from Diario AS, Atletico Madrid are making every effort to keep him in the reckoning for Sunday, but his chances are rated at 50-50. Koke continues to train separately as part of his recovery, and neither player will be 100% fit, but Simeone's preference is to risk De Paul and hold the former back. His injury will be assessed next week ahead of a potential withdrawal from international duty with Argentina for their 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier doubleheader against Uruguay and Brazil. Spain boss Luis de la Fuente has issued a clear message to La Roja and Barcelona fans over Lamine Yamal this season. The 17-year-old continues to be a major force for Barcelona with 12 goals and 16 assists, split across all competitions in 2024-25, as part of a potent attacking unit for Hansi Flick. However, after this weekend's La Liga clash with La Liga title rivals Atletico Madrid, Lamine Yamal's attention will switch back to the national team. De La Fuente's defending European champions face a UEFA Nations League quarter-final double-header against the Netherlands this month to try and book their spot in the summer finals. Lamine Yamal will once again be a starter for De La Fuente, likely alongside the UEFA Euro 2024 winning attack of himself, Alvaro Morata, and Nico Williams. De La Fuente has consistently called for calm over Spain's hottest prospect, despite his enormous potential to be a global superstar. The La Roja boss wants to manage expectations to ensure there is no crash in his level if his form does suffer as his career develops beyond his teenage years. Lamine Yamal is continuing in his maturing process, but let's not forget that he's still just 17. He only turned 17 at the European Championship, as per reports from Marca. We have to ask him to enjoy himself as he always does. But the first ones, fans and media who will kill him, are you, all of you who say he's a genius. He